something. Yeah. So how do you come up with your brand's soul statement? Look at your passions, look at your values, and try to draft it into a single statement, saying this is who I am, or like Tanvi Bhatt is this. Tanvi Bhatt believes in this, loves this, rides this. And this is not for commercial purpose. It's for your personal pride, I would say. This is who I am. Look at it, you should feel like, wow, I'm pretty awesome. It's about you. Whatever we spoke about, your values, your passions, that you, that make you unique, that make you different from billions of.
It's not about the things I do.
No, nothing. It's who you are as a person. That's all we're talking about. Any success? You don't need to use all your values or all your passions. Just something that beautifully fits together and expresses your individuality, your brand. You want to share? Okay. That's the thing. I'm not going to ask anybody to share. Yeah, it's voluntary. Yeah, I will know. Somebody introducing you. It looks bad. Don't make it so formal. Just it has to. When you read it, like who I am. It could be a third person perspective, not an issue. This is who you are. Anybody? You want to share? Okay. So, all values basically. Any passion? Which one?
Seeing people grow.
Wow. Okay. Helping people grow or empowering people grow. Okay. Values, passion, come in. Beautiful. Great. And that's just a draft, imagine. Can't you? Should come. What life without love? To do specially.
Living a life of dignity and love, and aspire to give from experience and opinion.
Philosophy लिखा है आपने इतना great. No, make it a little concise is what I'm saying. Just very concise and encapsulate you. Because not even your story is just a statement. Encapsulate you. Okay, this takes work because we've never done it before. That's nice. And we're not Chetan Bhagats of the world, so. All right. Now, one thing which people know us for could be that thing that you want people to know you for. Beginning. Call it the alter ego of your brand. If I say, for example, that comes to your mind. Okay, a lot of things come to mind. I know. Okay, Amitabh Bachchan. Okay. Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, bad example. Right. Okay. Chanda Kochhar. You Chanda Kochhar, for example. Yeah. Model. For a lot of women out there, I'm sure. See, a few things which have honed about people. Similarly, people think like that about us as well. So what is one thing that you want to be synonymous with? You want to be visionary, you want to be that philanthropic leader, you want to be a youth icon, you want to be a people enabler, you want to be something like that. You want people to know about you and think about you every time they think about you, talk about you. That one thing that becomes the soul of your brand. What is that? It's a deep question. You have to come down. Just something you need to think about, that everything I do today within my life, this is a side version of it. It's going to revolve around me sending this message out, me doing things, adding value to that. They know this is who I am and this is what I want to do and leave a legacy of. That's your legacy. It's going to come from that. Because that's what people talk about. You're going to be 50 years down the line, for example, hopefully more than that. Still, what is it that you want people to remember, celebrate you for? It has to inspire you, motivate you to actually happen, right? So, deep thought required, but do give it some thought. Can we move on for now? One or two. Soul statement का copy paste हो जाएगा ना? Try, take the extraction of your soul statement because you are, and that's what you want people to know you for, right? Because you're proud of being who you are, and that's how you want to be remembered, celebrated as. Values, passions, things that matter to you, things that you love to do, who you are as a person, what you believe in. You want people to know you for all these things. No. Thinking required. You'll take a couple of hours later. Right now we have to rush, sadly. Just for an example. Anybody would like to share? You missed. Okay, no problem. I'll just quickly fill you in. We are unique. Okay, please bear with me. I'll just fill in. No problem. We are on arm link. Did you hear me out or you left before that? Did you hear me out when we said this? No. Okay, no problem. So your brand identity is nothing but who you are, your name. Take your deepest passions, your dearest values. Why? Because the things differentiate us and gives us uniqueness from everybody else. Okay. Try to express it beautifully in one statement. That is not for commercial purpose. Yes, that's your statement. So as a person, the moment you read, you're like, oh, hey, this is me. Somebody introduces you, they can just identify it. Okay, you feel proud, happy. This is who I am, content with it. And the soul, like that one word, the alter ego of your brand. 3 to 4 examples. Spoke about Amitabh Bachchan, spoke about Steve Jobs, spoke about Rajat. Okay, when you think about these guys, you think of one thing. Ideally, independent. Everyone's different perceptions. So what is that one thing you want people to think about when they think about you or talk about you? Leader, visionary, people enabler, philanthropist, anything like that. What is that? That's going to be the goal of your brand.
I'll work on it.
Great. That's going to be something you go onwards would consciously and subconsciously keep working. That's exactly the legacy you want to leave behind. How you want to be known, remembered, celebrated. Like one thing that's going to be lifeline. Given up? Oh, yeah, but still. No, I understand. It's too much work, especially in 2 hours. Just as an example, wants to share, wants to attend, wants to experiment. Coach. Very generic, no? I think that's his written as such. I'm not, you have to take his permission. Listen, that's your brand, right? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, yeah, so great. Something of course, because that's all about helping people. Okay. So, but then these are words actually, so they're going to be generic. They have to be. That could be any word. Inspiration is he wants to leave behind as much inspiration as he can. I'm assuming that would be the core of your brand. You can even create a one. You can combine 2 words and create something interesting. Like I keep playing with this, like somebody who's an inspirational speaker. In speaker, I keep on playing. Does it sound good? Does it sound good? But it sounds a little funny, I feel. Like inspiration speaker, in speaker. It's a little funny. But yeah, inspiration, you can use some other word and try to club it and see how it sounds. Inspirational leader. Exactly. Okay, we'll move on. Great. But do share it with me whenever we all work on it. Just drop me a text. Maybe I got my word. Do share it with me. Okay. So we tried, or at least learned, how to discover the soul of our brand and create or define our brand's uniqueness by exploring our values and passions. Now, all these things are to help us move towards a particular direction in our life. What is that direction? What is that vision? What is that difference that we are moving towards? If I have to ask you a simple question, where are we moving in our life, like individually? Where are you going? What are you trying to achieve? What do you want to do? What do you want to leave behind? 25, 30, 50, let's say 50 years till, no offense, 50 years down the line, okay, when we are not a part of this world, what is that legacy that we have bequeathed? What's that small difference, regardless of how small it is, does not matter, that we want to brand our name on and go. And let's not make it a goal. It could be a dream of a change or a difference. It doesn't have to be social, it doesn't have to be a Mother Teresa type vision. It can be a professional vision as well, something that you want to do, something revolutionary. But what is that? What are those challenges probably that the world is facing right now, and what is it you want to do, your bit, to help make one less challenge in the world, one less problem in the world? It could be social or professional, anything that touches you deep within, keeps you awake in the middle of the night. What is that vision? Hi. But remember, it's a vision. It's not a goal, so it cannot be quantified. It's just qualitative. It's a vision of the brand that you, the direction in which you are moving, what you want to do. At the same time, there's a reason behind it, right? Because it matters to you at some level. So the why is from where your purpose will evolve, the purpose of your existence, your raison d'etre. Why are we here? Why do we want to do that? What is the difference that we are trying to create? And why is it important for us to make that difference? The difference could be leaving $500 million for the family. It could be creating completely new system of marketing metrics, etc. Like, that's his passion. It could be anything. What is it and why does it matter to you? Why do you feel motivated enough to go ahead and see to it that you're actualizing it? I'm not saying achieving it 100%, that will become a goal. Trying to actualize it to some humble extent. Think of that one small problem, challenge at a personal level or a social level that you see in the society around you or in your industry, and try to focus on that. Your purpose has to be strong enough to get you going towards your vision every single day. It has to be selfish enough because only you know the reason why it's so important to you. And it can be absolutely selfish. We are not here for social service. Your vision can be absolutely selfish. It could be monetary as well, no problem. But something that has to get you going every single day. Because a lot of people tell me, listen, Tanvi, I have no social entrepreneurship aspirations. I don't want to do anything for the society. So it's okay, absolutely. If you want to do, that's brilliant. If you don't want to do, that's equally awesomely brilliant. It does. So I'm just trying to get a thinking machine. Any questions or any sharings, or we move on? Okay, no problem. He'll share with you at least later, I'm sure. Vivek, would you like to say something? Vision.
Something that I'm thinking about long-term goals and everything, and one of the things that I narrowed it down to what is my goal per se or vision for life. It was very simple. I want to lead a joyful life, and with that it became very simple for me. The one thing that gives me joy,
Right.
or the things that don't give me joy. As long as I can only do things that give me joy, and have the freedom to say no to anything that does not give me joy, I'm achieving my goal in life.
Okay. Right. Like I said, it can be as selfish as you want it to be. No need for being Mother Teresa of the world. One was not enough really.
No, so I think for me, I feel if you lead a joyful life, you create joy amongst every person that you live with, work with, automatically.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, you say giving and generosity gives the most amount of joy. So the thing is, automatically, because you're leading a joyful life, and giving and generosity is a very integral part of it, automatically, most of the times, being selfish is good, as long as selfish doesn't mean harm to others.
Yes.
And that's the reason I use the word joy instead of the word pleasure. Because a lot of times pleasure from a selfish point of view could go in that direction. And joy is something which may not be materialistic at all. Like learning new things give me joy. So I try to learn as many new things as possible. Getting new experiences gives me joy. So I tried going to Vipassana for 10 days or doing paragliding or walk on fire and one of those motivational things. Anything which I have not done before, I want to try. So new experiences you enjoy. So that's it. New experiences.
Yeah, like you rightly said, enjoy something which is very ethereal. You can find it anywhere and everywhere. So it doesn't matter how selfish it is. You get it only by giving it, more importantly, is what I believe. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, obviously I can articulate it a little more better for him, so it sounds very good. The Vivek wants to get joy by giving joy. Not necessarily, but you can just use it.
So that's what gaining new experiences is joy to me. That may not involve anybody else.
Yeah.
So, but giving joy, I'm giving it because it gives me joy.
Right.
If I giving joy to somebody did not give me joy, I would not give it. It's a very pure, selfish way of my joy comes priority. If it ends up creating joy for others, good for them. If it doesn't, I don't care. It's a very selfish life.
Okay. So, little help and purpose before we move on, in case it's a little challenging. How to articulate it? Let's start with articulating it first. Okay, so think about it. Like I said, 50 years, you're no longer there. Okay? Sadly, but yes, the sadder version of it first and the happier version next. It's the day after you're no longer there, and it's your funeral. You're still there in spirit, of course. 13 days, right? Yes. As you can see, everyone either laughing or crying. Okay? And they're talking about you, right? No? You're awesome, right? As I said, either laughing or crying. Okay, so eulogies are being said. So what are those things that you want to hear people talk about you when you can't do anything about it anymore? That is a purpose. That's the legacy you want to leave behind. That's the difference you want to make in people's life. So they talk about that. This is the difference, he made in my life. A. B. Let's take it to 49 years. Life Achievement Award types. Okay? Big gala, stage setting, something like today evening. You're being celebrated, felicitated for making this amazing, amazing contribution to the world, society, industry, whatever it is that you think you want to achieve in your life. And again, a speech is being said. It's a good one now. No Rona Dhonas. So what do you think you want to hear at that point of time? What difference have you made? Your life's legacy being shared with the world and celebrated. Make that your purpose.
The question.
Yes.
You said that philanthropy or your own vision may be very selfish also.
Absolutely.
Like the gentleman said, that my joy. So it is necessary for everybody to envision that somebody will say something at their funeral, you said, or somebody going on a stage.
No, I'm just giving you some tips to think in case you're getting stuck somewhere.
Okay.
Right? If it's selfish, bit act written, perfect. No. This is just, I told you, a little help if you all need to think about that, how would I want to make people feel in my lifetime? What are the things I would want to be remembered for or celebrated, as a legacy of my work? Just some things to keep the engines running. Okay? Vision, purpose of brand you. Yes. Right. Right.
There's a particular thing you feel about your family, there's a particular thing you feel about your passions or whatever, and there's something else which is more perspective, right? So at this point in time, because I'm still working, I have a very work-oriented right?
Right.
But once I stop working, my whole life, in a sense, will change, right? So unless I have like a 30-year vision, okay, which is a totally different thing, it will almost take you to the next.
Absolutely.
But if you have a vision, a mission, whatever you want to call that, which is 5 years from now, 10 years from now, relatively not short term, right? There are particular set of circumstantial things that are going to
impact that.
Absolutely.
And that keeps changing. So the way I would have thought 15 years ago would be very different from how I'm today. And
Totally.
therefore the specific thing that you talk about is purpose. Right? It is actually short-term purpose. Because it's not a 5-year or 10-year vision. Against Japanese companies which have 100-year purpose and 100-year vision.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you balance that? Do you have to think about 30 years from now?
I'll tell you. Yeah, as I said, we're looking at 50 years to keep everyone happy over here.
50.
Yeah, 50 years. Because see, when you talk about short terms, what everything you're talking about, vision for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, they become goals, right? Because they're quantified, they have a deadline. Your vision is your dream without a deadline, right? So just keep that as a parameter that, fine, my vision could change 15 years down the line, as I grow in life. But this is what matters to me today. That's all. This is what my vision is today. It could get enriched, it could get modified, it could change altogether, probably 15 years down the line. But essentially, it should not change. Because it matters to you today, it should matter to you 15 years down the line also. Because you feel so deeply about it. Right?
So see, then something which is more holistic is where you do it as a purpose of living life is to live every day well.
Right.
Things like that, which are more motherhood kind of things, right? Become more relevant in this context, right? Than specific हमको 5 million चाहिए. So that's like 5 साल में खत्म हो जाएगी.
Yeah. That's what we're moving towards, goals. Make your 5 million.
Because when you explained it, you said
Yeah.
5 million is one, whatever. So that's why.
As I said, I just want to leave 500 million for my family, like X amount of money for my family. That's my vision for this lifestyle, that, when I'm no longer there, I want to leave like a handsome check of money for my family. So I'm just trying to say that it doesn't have to be social. Like people think vision is something to do for the society, for the greater good. Not mandatory. We are all selfish human beings. It can be anything. It has to be your life's vision.
The reason why I would disagree to that is when you have a vision, it's sort of infinite.
Yeah.
Then every single goal can be a step in that direction.
Right.
So when you make it a finite thing, then what happens is that when you achieve it, then you're lost there. And or you keep on increasing.
Right.
So the thing is that I would rather have a vision, and then your goals can be finite.
That's exactly what I said, Vivek. Your vision is your
5
dream.
million cannot be a vision.
No, that's what I'm saying. Living in X amount of money for your family. So I was just giving examples.
Don't say
Yeah. It was a monetary example that, your vision could be monetary also. It doesn't have to be social. That, listen, I want to do something for the society. I want to be the next Mother Teresa. Your vision could be anything. Because a lot of people keep coming and telling me, Tanvi, I really have no social ambitions. I don't want to do anything for the poor, needy, old people, etc., etc. I just want to have a grand life and that's it. So your vision could be anything. That's exactly what I said. When your vision is quantified, it becomes finite, it becomes a goal, which has to be achieved by X deadline, for example. Vision is ideally never actualized 100%. Because then it ceases being a vision.
what's your vision?
Mine. Well, I aspire to empower a league of distinguished individuals who can be celebrated as icons.
Say it again.
Well, my aspiration is to empower a league of distinguished individuals who can be celebrated as icons.
And then your goal will be number of individuals.
Oh yeah, maybe. In 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. For me, my vision is very professional-centric, because right now at least, maybe 10 years down the line, it will be something else. But this is my vision, and this is what my life is going to move towards. That much I'm completely in cognizance of.
I wanted to share, I think this might help this discussion. And I think specifically your question. If you define it in a more broader sense, then it gets easier and you can start relating it even in the short term. So, what I've said, purpose would be somebody, and I'm not quantifying, but somebody says, he made me what I am today. Somebody says that, I think I would feel great. Right? It's again selfish, whatever it's called, me feeling good, all of that. Now, if that is my long-term thing, that's what I want to be known for, whatever. I can start doing that in my role today. that I have, even after when I retire, I can start, becoming a coach, start doing things, but all in that direction. So suddenly, if you can figure out what that is, you can start working towards it over the next couple of years. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. Right.
which is doable eventually. Like this thing. Now that's doable eventually because it's what you would call it task of possible, activity of possible. Right? The moment it is activity of possible, it's like a mantra which defines a key value that you want to live with rather than vision. So it's a key value rather than vision. I'm struggling with that. So this is a value. How can I live a life which gives joy? What I'm doing, he expressed it. And mine was this way. That's much easier to deal with. You keep saying, I'm going to set
Absolutely.
everything I do till I die.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be your vision, for example.
Best of the old man. I don't know what the hell that translates to, but yeah, something like that. That's easier to deal with, but that's not like a vision. That's not like a purpose. There's no purpose sounding thing here.
The purpose is very selfish then. I want to be remembered as the best looking man. That becomes your purpose. That's going to keep you healthy and hearty throughout.
One I should call my vision.
Yes. So just what is a vision and why is the purpose? Why the vision is so important, why it matters to you. Okay? And like you rightly said, the finite to-dos, deadline-oriented tasks which will take you a step closer towards actualizing your vision, 99.99% will be your goals. Okay? I'm sure everyone's done a lot of goal setting, etc., etc., etc. But in personal branding, we do goal setting a little differently. We just sit down and we have a goal marathon. Like we sit down and anything and everything that we want to do in our life. Okay? But we keep a time frame of 3 to 5 years, so it doesn't become impossible to plan towards it. We just write everything down, like every single thing that we think we would like to achieve in the next 3 to 5 years for our brands. It could be for your business, for yourself, your family, your community, if you have, again, the social things, for your intellectual growth, anything and everything, next 3 to 5 years. Pen everything down. And then go back and revisit the list and see that, is there anything else that I missed? Is there anything else I would like to add on to the list? So create those 25, 30, 40, 100 odd things that you think I want to do in the next 3 to 5 years. Again, depends on how ambitious every person is. But there's no cap. All right? Then go back and prioritize it in 3 structures. 6 months, less than 2 years, 2 to 5 years. Okay? 6 months, within 6 months I want to achieve this. Within 2 years and 2 to 5 years. What we're doing is trying to create a milestone map for our brand for the next 5 years. Tentative at least. Okay? Of course, if you want, we can spend a little more time on this or we can just move ahead. Because goal setting is something I'm sure over here at least everybody is very familiar with. So with your permission, can we move ahead? Great. How many of you all at some point of time have done Strength Finder? Strength Finder exercise. You all have ever done, experienced? Yeah, it's a very popular tool called Strength Finder. It has a book also, if I'm not wrong. Strength Finder. It's a tool, it's an online tool. Yeah, I think so. I can't. Yeah. No. Okay, Strength Finder 2.0 or something, if I'm not wrong. So it helps you find the top 5, we call it top 5 strengths. These are your brand strengths, things which are your core expertise. Like things nobody can beat you on, technically. That good you are at doing those things. They again become differentiating factors for the brand you. All right, so what are those top 5 strengths? You can do the strength finder and find it out during the entire exercise and all, or you can just think about yourself, look at yourself, and find out your top 5 strengths as per you as of now. Yep, my top 5. We are on page 9. It could be a combination of personal as well as professional strengths. Done? All done? We'll move on? Okay, great. So, moving on to motivated skills. There are 2 skill sets essentially, burnout skills and motivated skills. Your skill sets don't necessarily have to be originated from your strength set, okay? Your motivated skills would be those skills which you enjoy doing time after time. Like making Excel sheets is not necessarily his motivated skill today. That would rather classify as a burnout skill, right? Because now you don't want to do it even a single day in your life. But it is your strength, yes or no? Not even a strength. Okay, for example, it is your strength. For example, I'm saying, it could be a very, very strong point of your brand proposition. We've been doing it for like 20 years now, and you're like, you tell me to do once more, I'll shoot you or I'll kill myself. Like that kind of frustration. You just don't want to do it anymore. Doesn't mean you're not good at it. Okay, but then do we want to position our brands on those burnout skills, which again come back to our kitty? For future, we don't want to. So it's very important to define it today that, okay, these are the things which, I would like to stay away from, like escape my way out of it. And the motivated skills which give you joy, happiness, help you grow, hone your skills, and things that you enjoy doing. Could be a strength, or it could be strengths in progress as well. Anything. So what are those? Because those are the skills which will be used into positioning your brand. Because you want to do more of those things, right? Things that you love to do, that you enjoy doing. Motivated skills are your superhero skills which give you a high. You look forward to doing those things every day of the week. It could be brainstorming, it could be client interactions, it could be planning and strategizing. innovative thinking, mentoring. Done? All through? Both motivated skills and burnout skills? So do we want to share our burnout skills, or let's keep it top classified information? I'm saying, do we want to share? Do you want to keep it as top secret classified information so nobody comes back to us saying, listen, you're good at it, do now, please? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not saying yours. I'm just saying, so we don't really brand our burnout skills. So remember, just for you to be like, listen, I really am not going to do this ever again in my life. Just, I have to commit to myself. And I'll try to stay away from it. Because why do you want to burn yourself out, right? Okay, move on.
Just this exercise is helping me think what are the things I should want to do. I think such dedicated thought, how much time would spend, is actually thinking about it, which can help our professional life in the future. I have 3 offers of what I can do with the company. It's helping me decide which one I should pick, which one I should say complete now.
Because the company is surprising you, right? You are not doing it for your own selfish benefit. I know. Great, so I hope there's value add to everybody over here. Thanks, great. Me time, especially for you all, because you all have such crazy schedules. I have a lot of clients who are CXOs. 3-month engagements, extends for 6 months because they're so busy, they don't have time, and I demand 2 hours a week with me. That's all. Telecon, don't come to my office. But it's very difficult to make time. 2 hours a week also, it's very difficult for them to make time. Now I've realized, I think I'll have to make it 1 hour a week and then make it actually a 6-month-long engagement. But I'm just saying that, yeah, the me time is invaluable today, especially for people like you all. I totally understand. Okay, let's move on. Okay. So everything we've been doing about right now, has been looking inside to kind of reconnect with who we are, what our personal brand is supposed to be all about. get a little more perspective and clarity on that. But is it enough to just introspect? We need to extrospect as well. Okay? A brand, like I said in the earlier session, we can be our brand, but we cannot own it. Who owns our brand? The people we live with, because they think about us, things that they've experienced, they have heard, they have known, etc., etc. So our reputation resides in their minds. Absolutely. Any brand, absolutely. Most of our people, because people, reputations are so fragile. Totally. People have so many other factors also to give into the reputation. Product is product ultimately. Okay. So, that is your brand community that you live in. Okay. Regardless of the size of the community, it's your brand community. Okay. So, let's classify a brand community in 4 segments. And why are we doing this? To help us achieve our goals. Because existence in silo is out of question today, and if we have to achieve larger than life goals for our brands, we have to collaborate with people. I'm not just saying collaborate as an entrepreneur, but just get resources in place to do our goals, accomplish them as we wanted to. So who is that target audience who should know about the brand you? What are those key people in your network who you feel are instrumental in helping you achieve your next goals? Who are those opinion leaders within a community which should know about you and the kind of fabulous work you're doing? And I'm not just saying community in terms of your country, your company, global, absolutely global. So the 4 segments of classifying a brand community to help you work around expanding your network. The first one is whom I know. The people you have a working relationship with. People you know, one-on-one basis. You've worked with them in the past, you're working with them right now. Is your immediate, primary circle of network. Okay? You can just pick up a call and shoot like, listen, I need help with this, or let's get together and get this done. Jot it down. Not right now. It's going to be endless, almost all the lists, right? These are the kinds of people which go there. Okay? The people with whom you have a working relationship with. First degree of contact. Just a phone call away. Okay? Second column. Who can know me? Like 2 phone calls away. You have a first degree network who know certain more influential and interesting people in their network. You probably know them, but you've never met them, never worked with them, heard about them, because obviously, they are key influential people as well. But it's 2 phone call away to make that connect and get working together. Okay? So make that phone call and expand your network. Get connected with the right people through right people. All right? Third column, whom I must know. Very, very, very important column, because these are the people who are going to be absolutely critical in helping you advance towards your goals and probably even help you in achieving them, because these are good connections, resources, collaborations that you would need to get the task done. Personal, professional, social, any kind of activity, matters not. Okay? These are the people whom you must know. Maybe they are 5 phone calls away. Doesn't matter. But this is the most important part of your network. Okay? And finally, who must know me? So these are the people probably not directly involved in helping you achieve your goals. But these are the people who must know that you exist. The creme de la creme of your industry, society, who must know that who you are, what you do. The eyes and ears who matter. Okay? Could be anywhere, any industry. Not only your particular industry, cross industries, media, anywhere. It's going to be an exhaustive list, let me tell you, because a lot of time goes in thinking and getting it together And you can always be like, oh shit, I think I forgot somebody. Why are we accumulating all these names? Why are we mapping our community? Absolutely.
Some point in time or the other, you communicate, you interact, and your goals can be met through them with their help and so on.
Absolutely.
So you must map out who are the people that are important to you in the next 6 months, the next 2 years,
Yes.
the next 5 years.
That's exactly why we do the goals thing before that. So looking back at our goals, we're like, okay, listen, I'm going to need all these resources or people in my connections. I'm going to need somebody 3 years down the line. Let's connect today, so I'm not asking for a favor 3 years down the line. Just kidding. Okay? And more importantly, to boost your visibility, your area of, or your sphere of influence as well. Right? But just mapping them out is enough? No. Marketers, just knowing that, oh, listen, my customer sitting in Delhi is not enough. I'm not going to spend any more time on this. Do a detailed demo and psycho on these guys. Because if you're supposed to reach out to them, connect with them, you need to know them as you know yourself. As simple as that. I'm not going to spend any more time on this with all you veterans. Right? Do a proper. I can't hear you.
How many names is it of?
How ambitious are you? Endless.
So, but then you could sort of start doing Janapatri of like 3,000.
No, that's what I'm saying now. Like he rightly said, we broke down our goals into, less than 6 months, less than 2 years, within 5 years. Right? So look at your goals and see that whom I need to connect with. And then draft your community accordingly. So keep it finite to 5 years, resources that you're going to need. It does take too much of your life doing it any which ways. It is. Because so much you have to do for almost everyone. Most of them it becomes a little generic also. Like, if you have a community of CMOs, for example, that becomes your competition mapping as well. Okay? That's the second thing I'm coming to. After knowing your target audience well, researching them well, and using those insights in crafting a communication strategy to reach out to them. Okay? Reach out to them not by saying that, listen, let's connect, let's collaborate. Just reach out to them by exposition of your brand, connecting with them, adding value to them. Because that's your target audience, not your competition. All right? Let's move on. Great. Very, very, very critical competition analysis. Branding isn't complete without that, I personally feel. If I don't know who it is, I don't believe in competition personally, but if I don't know who they are, how will I ever be able to position? So do your detailed competition analysis. Take, roughly 5 to 6 people, your company, industry, similar industries, substitute product industries, prospective industries that you would want to go to in the future. Research these guys. Use similar metrics, demo, psycho, whatever you wanted to research them. Okay? And understand what are the similarities and what are the differences between your brand portfolios, brand bios, profiles. It takes a lot of time, I know, but you have to do it. It's exhaustive. Only then you'll be able to know, okay, fine, we are sailing in the same boat, similarities, differentiation. From differentiation, extract distinction. What is the uniqueness that you bring into the table? Where all the insights that we did up till now, your values, passions, strengths, motivated skills, aspirations, vision, purpose, everything about yourself goes into fueling that uniqueness of your brand. Further honing down to remove that positioning, that niche domain that you want to capture, which they are not doing.
This uniqueness is what you see in yourself or what others see in you? Because
What you
brand
think
is
you're
what
unique.
people see in you.
But what you will make them see, right?
Okay, so what you make them see.
Yes, but you need to
You
be,
have and
yes.
how do you need to project it?
Of course, as marketers, you all make your brands unique by you make people see that this is unique about my brand. So the person who's building the brand has to be aware of the uniqueness first. Then people will be like, okay, that is unique about you because why it's being communicated that way, right? Uniqueness. So filter it down. And use that uniqueness as your positioning strategy. So you do that, it's a beautiful mosaic of your personal as well as professional elements, who you are as a person and everything that you've achieved professionally. Plus, you position yourself for the future. So where you're headed, that's where your aspirations, vision, purpose, everything comes into picture. All these things that we did is going to funnel down and creating something called as your brand story. Who you are, what you do, what's your journey been like, and where it is headed. That's how we craft your brand bio story, intellectual capital of the brand you, as we call it, all jargons. That's the story of the brand you. All the insights go into that. For somebody with a way with words, it's fun. It's like Disneyland, right? So what all goes in your brand story? We did all this, right? Positioning के लिए differentiation कर लो, distinguish कर लो, distinction. That's your positioning strategy, power of your story. I'll come back to that slide, okay? Start it with your personal brand statement. Use those 4 W's that we saw. Who are you? What do you do? Whom do you do it for? And why you're the best person for that said job, expertise, skill set, whatever it is. Open with a bang, okay? Make it irresistible. Showcase your uniqueness that you've discovered and articulated. Present that to the world. Make it completely irresistible. Like they have to pick up the call and, get through you and connect with you the moment they're done reading it. Time travel with your brand. Taking through the journey that you've had, the enriching experiences that you've amassed. Ups, downs, everything. Downs as well because we're human, right? Downs are the best before the ups. Connect with your brand's soul. The person that you are behind the professional. Because people connect with people, right? Professionalism is second. Why you feel deeply attached to somebody is because you have the same likes, same stories, same experiences. So you want to connect with somebody, connect with them as the person you are. So they feel attached to you. They can see their life story in yours. And finally, where is your brand going? What is it that you want to now achieve? Get them excited about wanting to embark upon that journey with you. So I said I'll come back to this slide. We call it the 3 C's of personal branding. Having absolute clarity of what your personal brand is all about. Consistently delivering on that promise, constantly being available to your brand community, adding value 24/7 without even being asked for. These 3 C's finally culminate into building the most important C's of credibility. Of course, we all do have stellar credibilities, but still, when you're actively working towards it, it's a different story altogether. So to sum it up, every person is an experience that they give to others. So the brand you experience is all about first knowing what your brand is, taking control by branding it, owning it, communicating it with the world, sharing the best of you, delivering the communicated promise, and then finally being the rockstar brand which people can't have enough of. These are the 4 W's that we spoke about. Use these 4 W's to craft your personal brand statements. Next time people are like, hey, for example, the most hit question, tell me something about yourself. You meet people at these networking events, so when you introduce yourself, Okay, this is a different presentation. Okay, any questions? Any questions? We're just wrapping up. A few more minutes. Right. So my personal brand statement is a little non-commercial part of it. Okay, so you can just introduce yourself saying XYZ. Elevator pitch is that crux of your brand, which need to communicate within those 30 odd seconds. Right. Your personal brand statement could be a little longer version of it, encapsulating those 4 W's that we discussed: who you are, what you do, whom you do it for, and not why always when you're introducing yourself becomes a little, okay, dude, fine. Right? But elevator pitch is the sharper version of your brand statement.